All right, so it is 5:35 Pacific Standard Time, so we'll go ahead and get started. Uh, so for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Brent. I'm a physical therapist and strength and conditioning coach. I do a lot of work in adaptive sports, particularly adaptive climbing, adaptive CrossFit, and I dabble with track and field as well. And what we're going to do today is a workout that's going to work a little bit of everything in your body. So before we get started, are there any aches or sorenesses that I should be aware of from you guys today? All right. All right, good. So the format for today's class is pretty much how we always do it. We're going to warm up. We're going to practice the 5 exercises that we're going to be working on for the day. And then after we practiced all 5 exercises, we'll go into our circuit style training, going one after the other, spending 1 minute at each exercise. So exercises for today are going to be the squat and heel raise. If you're feeling really adventurous, you can make that into a jump. For our seated athletes, we're going to be doing dips with a plus. So that's just a little extra oomph at the top. And then we're going to be doing drag throughs for core. I'll show you guys what that is. It's a really fun, brutal ab workout. If for whatever reason the drag throughs aren't working for you, we can substitute those for Russian twists. And then we're going to go into prone military presses. These are one of my favorites for activating the muscles of your upper back. So working on the whole circumferential coverage of your core. We're going to do push-ups today, and we're going to give you options and variations for how to do those push-ups. And then we're going to go into a renegade row, which again is going to work on hammering your core and working on stability. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to start by muting you guys, and then we're going to get warmed up. All right. So for everyone, we're going to start either seated or standing. I'm going to demonstrate in sitting. So we are going to start by rolling out your neck. Add gentle circles, going clockwise or counterclockwise. Just pick a direction. And maintain a steady rotation. Especially if you've been sitting in front of your computer all day or looking at your phone. Things can get a little stiff and creaky. Reverse your circle. And focus in on a nice, calm, relaxed breath. Nice, smooth inhales through your nose. And then just gently exhale. Good. And then come back to the middle. We're going to start with some shoulder shrugs, coming straight up towards your ears. And then roll your shoulders back down your spine. And bring the shoulders up towards your ears again. Roll those shoulder blades down your rib cage. And then continue with that roll. As you come up and then back, think about opening up the front of your chest. And then keep that openness as you slide your arms down your rib cage. And you should feel a little bit of a stretch coming across your pecs here. Again, focusing on that nice, easy breath. Good. Reverse your shoulder roll. So now as you inhale up, coming up, and now we're going to slide down the front of your back, stretching your upper back muscles, the stuff that's in between your shoulder blades. Just working on introducing some movement into those muscles. There we go. And just a couple more circles. And then start to shake out your shoulders a little bit. Take your arms up to the side. If you can't bring your arms all the way up to the side, any amount of height is acceptable. And we'll start with some gentle arm circles. Rotating your arms in a circular fashion. Start to progressively make those circles bigger. There we go. And slowly start going into full revolutions. If the large movement bothers your shoulders, take it down a notch again and go to the smaller circles. Gauge where you're at today in your body. Working on opening up the front of your body as you reach the top, and keeping that openness as you come around. Reverse your shoulders, starting with the small circles. So whichever direction you were going before, go in the opposite direction, starting with small circles. Slowly start to make those circles bigger. Maintain that steady breathing. And slowly make your way to large circles. Really extend through your fingertips. If you're familiar with the breaststroke in swimming, like you're coming up and over and then pushing the water down and away from you. Pushing down, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Good. All right, take a little breather there. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take your arms, raise them straight to the front. We're going to take your right hand and we're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. And then as you reach the top, you're now going to rotate around. Keep pointing your left hand straight forward as you now reach your right hand directly behind you, creating this twist in your body. And then bring it back to the front. And then alternate. Now reaching with your left hand. Your right hand keeps reaching forward as far as it can go. And your left hand should point directly behind you now. And then coming back. Alternate. Working on getting this twist out of your spine. You might get some little cracks and pops. Most people think that feels really good. And keep going. Really exaggerate those twists. Think like you're reaching through your fingertips the entire time. Work on opening up, creating space in your shoulder, in your chest, and your ribs. Maintain your steady breathing. Just a couple more. Doing one more on each side. Really reach around, back to the front, and twist, reach, and back. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. They might be feeling a little bit achy after doing a lot of shoulder warm-up work. Continue to shake it out. All right, next thing we're going to do little twists. Reaching around, trying to bring your elbow as far back around you as possible. Good. Make sure have your arms crisscrossed in front of you, kind of like if you're in a staring contest with someone and you're mad at them. But then rotate your elbows all the way around. Slowly start to increase the speed of those rotations. If rotating quickly does not feel good, don't do it. Rotate slowly. There we go. And you can now change where you feel a twist. If you're holding your arms in the middle, you're going to feel it in the middle of your thoracic spine. If you start to reach your arms up and overhead, you're going to start to feel it in your upper thoracic spine, between your shoulder blades. There we go. And give it a rest. Shake it out. All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to start, if you're in standing, we're going to use your legs a little bit. We're going to do some lateral reaches. You're going to start with your hands in front. You're going to reach out to the side as far as you can. When you bring your hands back in, you're going to squat low. And then reach your hands out to the other side. Squatting low and out. Low, out to the side. Down low, out to the side. There you go. Reaching as far as you can. When you reach, think about opening up the whole top side of your body. These ribs, this shoulder, and then breathe into that. Breathe up. There you go. Keep that motion. If you're in sitting, you're just reaching as far as you can with each one. As far as you can with each reach. Go. 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 There you go. Keep reaching. Extend yourself as far as you can. Challenge your balance a little bit here. There we go. All right. Shake it out one more time. We got one more activity here, and that's the jumping jack. All right. So for our seated athletes, you're going to be in your chair. Raise your arms up. Slam them down as hard as you can. Reaching up. Slam them down. And then go quick. For our standing athletes, do these in standing with a little hop if you feel comfortable with that. If the hop doesn't feel good, just do them in standing. Just like everyone else, slam your arms down, bring them up, slam them down. There you go, keep going. I used to work with a bunch of gymnasts, and they would do this, they call it a lat slap. They would bring their arms down so fast and so hard, you hear their arms smack against their rib cage. It would sound like a snapping sound. All right, good. Shake out your shoulders. All right. How is everyone feeling? Warm? Got like your blood flowing?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
So next, what we're going to do is we're going to practice the exercises that we're going to be doing for today. So first thing that we're going to practice is a squat plus the heel raise. Does anyone feel like they're going to try jumping today? No? Okay. So we'll stick with what I have written on the board. Squat and heel raise, and also demonstrate the dips plus. So first thing with that squat heel raise, the very simplest progression for this is going to be seated with some hand support. Start seated in a chair, up tall, hands on your solid countertop, chair, whatever, and you're going to lean forward and stand up, and then do a heel raise. Oh, I should mute this before I keep going. All right. That's the one I wanted to mute, was you guys, not me. All right, so the simplest progression for the squat again, starting seated, hands on the support, lean forward, squat up, and go up on your toes, heel raise, and then lower down. Stand up, heel raise. So that's the squat and heel raise. So if you feel like you can handle more, the next progression is hands off. Stand up, heel raise, and then back down. Squat and heel raise. If you can handle a little bit more, get rid of the chair. Hands back on for some stability, squatting down, and then heel raise. Progressing this way. And if you can handle more, now you just do a full body weight. Squat, heel raise, squat, heel raise. All right? And if you need a harder progression, you can always go for your single leg variations. Squatting, heel raise, squatting, heel raise. Make sure you switch if you're going to be doing this variation each time. All right? So for our seated athletes, we're going to be doing dips with a plus. So you can do this either with chairs or blocks, anything that elevates you off the ground a little bit. If you're going to be using yoga blocks, you can adjust the height, so it could be low, medium, high, or you could just stack more books on top of each other, whatever you have available to you. And we're going to be doing a dip, lifting up, and that plus is this little extra push at the top, trying to get just that little extra ½ inch, and then coming down. Dip up and plus. If you're going to be doing this in chairs, set up your chairs, ideally in a corner. That tends to be a very stable position for most people. You're going to get into your starting position, place your hands, dip up, and then that plus, getting that little extra lift. Coming up in the dip, and then plus, that little extra pop. If you feel like you can handle some more load with that dip and the plus, you can take a backpack full of heavy books or heavy things, put it onto your chest to add some external load to this dip. Dipping up, and then plus. All right. Make sure you practice these variations. Find the one that you feel you will be able to do for a minute continuously. All right. Did everyone get a chance to practice the squat or the dip?
Yes.
All right. Everyone found the variation they're going to be using?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Next thing is going to be the drag through. Substitute the Russian twist if it's not working for you. So first, the drag through. The drag through is a core exercise where we're going to be in a plank type position. We're going to start with your backpack or a weight off to your side. And so from here, we can be in a few different plank positions. You can be in a simple quadruped, You could be lying on your hips, propped up on your arms, or you can be in a full plank. So here is easy, medium, hard, and if you're really crazy, go one leg. So what we're going to do here with the drag through, you're going to pick your plank variation that you're going to use. Say I'm in a full plank. I'm going to now reach across underneath me, grab hold of my bag or my weight, and I'm going to drag it across the floor, maintaining a level body the entire time. Reach it underneath me and drag the weight across the floor. This is going to activate pretty much every single abdominal muscle that you have in your body. Reach across, drag through. Again, you can do this in a few different positions. You could be in a full plank, you could be in quadruped, you can be propped up, and work on dragging the bag underneath you. Make sure that you keep yourself as upright as possible, stay balanced. And if that just isn't working for you, the alternate is the Russian twist. The Russian twist simply is sitting upright. The easiest version is in this long sit. You pick up your weight, rotate it to the other side, going back and forth, and try to do this as smooth and as under control as possible. And then if you're feeling really stable, you can start to go up, off, balancing on your butt. There you go. So that's the Russian twist. Practice either the drag through or and if that doesn't work for you, then try the Russian twist. Good. Did everyone get a chance to practice the drag through or the Russian twist?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Feel good about those? Anyone doing the Russian twist? Everyone's doing the drag through? All right. I like it.
I might switch if I have to.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you
same.
have to. That's why I want you guys to practice. Make sure you understand what each movement feels like so that you know how to gauge this, because we're going to be ripping through this 1 minute at a time on each exercise.
So, okay, I didn't actually manage to see the Russian twist because I was trying to do the drag through and I wasn't watching.
I will show you real quick again. So, the Russian twist. Russian twist is this one. You're sitting up tall. You have your bag or your weight to one side. You're then going to lift it up and then twist it over to the other side, put it down gently, and then pick it up and then rotate side to side. That way. That's the Russian twist.
And for both the position or
One more time with your question.
both the for sitting and the stand.
It cut out a little bit. Are you asking about which one is the drag through?
Yeah, about the Russian twist. Are they both for standing and sitting positions?
All of the drag through and the Russian twist are both done on the floor.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next one is the prone military press. So we're going to go into that one here. So I'm going to mute you guys real quick. And I should pin my video. Okay. All right. So prone military press. So a lot of you guys know the military press is this exercise. You got weights in your hand, you're pressing up overhead. Prone means lying on your stomach. So prone military press, it's going to be lying on your stomach. You're going to take your hands by your side, and then you're going to lift your face and hands off the floor, and then you're going to reach your arms as far out as you can, touch your thumbs together, and then bring your arms down, and then lower back down. And then you're going to repeat, reaching out as far as you can, touch your thumbs together, and then bring them back in. If you feel like you can handle a little bit of external load, grab a light dumbbell, a light weight, a can of beans or something. Usually people are plenty challenged with 1 to 5 pounds here. All right, this exercise is going to be targeting the muscles of your upper back between your shoulder blades. That's where you should primarily be feeling this. Go ahead and take some time to practice the prone military press. All right. Good. I see some good reaches there. Make sure you reach as far over your head as you can. The further you reach, the harder it's going to get. All right, good. Did everyone get a chance to practice the prone military press? All right, very good. Next one is going to be the push-up, classic exercise. I'm going to go through a bunch of variations here so you can find the scale of the push-up that works best for you. All righty, so let's mute you guys so I can talk here some more. All right, so for the push-up, very basics here. We can start just flat on the floor. And if you have very minimal or no hip control, you can just press yourself up with your arms doing this press up variation. So that's option one from the floor. Option two is now to come onto your knees. Keep your spine as flat as you can as you lower down, back up, pressing up that way. Next one is going to be the full push-up, coming onto hands and knees in a plank position, lowering down, and then back up. Going down, and then back up. If, for whatever reason, you need more challenge with the push-up, you can do what I call archer push-ups. You're going to take a wide stance with your hands, and then you're going to shift your way over to one side, lower down, back up, and then shift to the other side, lower down, and back up. That's going to start to transition you into a single arm push-up. All right, I would be really impressed if anyone here can do single arm push-ups for a minute, because I know I definitely can't. And then if these variations aren't working well for you, some other things you can be doing, you can raise the surface that you're pressing on. You could take an elevated surface that's sturdy and do some push-ups this way. And this way you're still working that same pressing motion, but now you're not having to fight gravity as much. And then the lower the surface gets, the more challenging it's going to be. So you could take a chair and do the same thing, doing push-ups in this variation. Similarly, you could also go onto your knees and do push-ups this way. Again, this will start to make the variation a little bit easier. So this is how you can play with gravity to make the push-up accommodable for you. Good. Take some time to practice the push-up variations. Find the one that you feel like you will be able to do for 1 minute continuously. Good. All right, did everyone get a chance to practice the push-up and find their variation?
Yep.
All right. So last one is going to be the renegade row. All right, the renegade row is a really fun, challenging exercise that is going to force you to stay stable while working your upper back. My suggestion for the renegade row is to have an elevated surface. So in this case, you could take a backpack full of books, make that be your elevated surface. And then you have another weight. So I'm going to use one of my old PT school textbooks. This thing probably weighs 7, 8 pounds. And we're going to go into some variation of a plank. So again, the easiest version of the plank, up on your hips, press yourself up onto both arms, your hips will be hanging, and from here, row up. Pull the weight towards your hip as you're doing this. It's not straight up like this, it's coming to your hip. This is the motion that we're going for. Progression from here is hands and knees, so quadruped. From here, you're going to be pulling up towards your hip again. Next progression is going into a full plank, pulling up towards your hip. Make sure you practice this on both sides to find the variation that works best for you. Good. There we go. All right. Did we all find our variation for the renegade row? Can I see some thumbs up?
Mine's pretty awkward.
Yeah, it can be awkward if you're mostly going to be doing the first variation.
Really low to the ground.
Mm-hmm. The key
Like,
thing is you got to.
I can't balance on anything because I can't.
One thing you can do.
I would be really off balance.
If the balance is an issue, you can take a pillow or a cushion, put it underneath your belly, and that can act as your support. Oh, you have?
I have it, yeah, but I don't have a hip joint, so it's really
that's right.
rocky rolly kind of. But I think I can do just a slower version of the best I can do, so I'm going to do that.
Take your time, work on good form as best as you can. The other thing you could do is just prop yourself up even more, and that might be able to support your torso.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you can play with it.
You know, the thing about that is that changing position takes me so long. But I'm going to do it this time just so I know when I'm alone how to do it. And I know I can't keep it up for a full minute anyway, so it's not, I'll still get as much benefit as I'll get. But that's the challenge for me. I think a lot of people changing position between.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I'll be giving you guys some time to transition.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to do it. So just so you know, I know I'm doing it.
Let it rip then. So let's get into the workout then. Everyone feel ready to get going?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to mute you guys again. And I'm going to start my stopwatch. Where did I put my timer? There it is. All righty. So let's get in position for the squat and heel raise. And once you're ready, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Squatting down, heel raise up. Squatting down, heel raise up. If you're feeling really adventurous today, you can turn this into a jump. But if you're not, this is totally fine. Squatting down, come on up. Squatting down, come on up. For our seated athletes, we are doing our dips with the plus. Coming into your dip position, press up, and then add that little extra lift of about a ½ inch at the top. Coming up, and then extra inch. And then keep going. Make sure you maintain that steady, smooth breathing as we go along with this workout. There you go. You're almost there. 10 more seconds. Keep moving. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's transition into position to do the drag throughs. Take in your backpack or your weight. We are now going to get into your chosen plank variation. And then we're going to drag the bag across your body from underneath, maintaining that level torso, level hips, pulling the weight straight across. Make sure it's a drag. You're not lifting the bag off the ground. Pulling it down and across. There you go. Keep moving. Maintain a steady pace. Make sure you stay stable as best as possible. There you go. Keep moving. Keep breathing. There we go. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Let's transition over to that prone military press. Lying on your stomach. And then you are going to lift your face and arms off the floor and then reach out as far as you can. Touch your thumbs together and then bring them back down to your sides and back down. And then lift up and then reach as far as you can and then back down. Remember, if you have some light weights, that will make this way harder, especially when you're reaching your hands overhead. Make sure you're doing this in a smooth, controlled fashion, and you should feel the muscles between your shoulder blades engaging pretty strongly. And you'll probably also feel them right over your shoulder blade as well. There we go. Work on picking your face straight off the floor. And then, if it helps, continue to look straight down at the floor as you perform the movement. Keep those hips down. Try to avoid kicking your legs up off the floor. We're not doing a Superman. We're doing just the lift of your upper body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All righty. Next thing, we will transition into the push-up. So pick the variation of the push-up that worked best for you, and then press on up and down. Let's move. Keep a steady rhythm. Make sure you keep your elbows in. Do not let your elbows flare out as we're doing push-ups. The closer you can keep them to your ribs, the easier it is on your shoulders. It starts to emphasize your triceps even more. It works your rotator cuff by keeping them close in. When you let your elbows flare, it starts to pinch down the space that you have available in your shoulder. And it's less biomechanically efficient. So keep moving. Work in your variation of the push-up. There you go. Keep moving. We're almost there. Steady rhythm. 10 more seconds. Maintain that easy breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Transition over to that renegade row. Take your elevated surface. Take your weight. Prop yourself up. And then pull to your hip. There you go. Maintaining your balance as best as you can. If you need to work slow, that is totally fine. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. There we go. Good. We're going to keep moving for another 5 seconds here and then switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Good. And then go. Keep pulling. Keep moving. Maintain a steady breath. Keep your hips as level as possible. Keep your shoulders as still as possible. Try to minimize the movement that goes on your body to compensate for the weight of your moving object. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. That was round 1. Take a breather. Collect yourself a little bit. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
All right. People are still alive. So that was round 1. We're going to try to go for 4 to 5 rounds here today. All right. So round 2 is coming up. Let's get into position. Get ready for your squat heel raise or your dips. There you go. Ready. Start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat down and heel raise. Squat down and heel raise. Squat down and heel raise. Oh, I forgot. If for whatever reason you feel like you need even more weight, you can always carry your backpack. Squat down, heel raise. Squat down, heel raise. All right, and then keep it moving. Work on a steady breath. That's what's most important here. I like to tell people, if you can't breathe in a position, you won't survive in that position. So maintain that steady breathing. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Transition to your drag through or your Russian twist. All righty. Pick your plank position. And let's drag your weight. Pulling straight across the floor. Back and forth. Keep your shoulders as level as possible. There's a lot of core anti-rotation going on here. Your obliques, your upper back, your hips should be engaging pretty strongly as you're performing this exercise. Make sure you're not twisting, turning as you're doing this. Make sure your body is as level as possible. There we go. Keep it going, keep moving, keep breathing. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right. Let's go into the prone military press. Move your stuff over to the side. Grab a weight if you feel like you need it. Lie down on your stomach. Take a breath and lift your face and your arms off the floor, and then reach them as far as you can over your head. Touch your thumbs together and then back down. Bring your arms by your side and then lower down. Raise your arms and your face off the floor and then reach. All right, and continue with that movement. Slow, smooth, smooth, fast. Work on that control. Get that squeeze between your shoulder blades. And keep it moving. As best as you can, try to keep your forearms parallel to the floor. Most people are going to want to wing their elbows off the floor like so. You want to try to keep your elbows down and your wrists up as you perform this movement. What that does is it helps to better engage the external rotators of your rotator cuff, which are probably the most important, one of the more important muscles for stabilizing your shoulder. You got less than 10 seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Let's transition over to the push-up. All right. Whichever variation of the push-up that you're doing, let's get started. Lowering down, press up. Keep those elbows in. Keep your back flat as best as you can. Minimal movement of your torso. All of the pushing comes from your shoulders, your triceps, your forearms. Try to make sure that your palms are well pressed into the floor. Try to avoid rolling to one side or the other. Make sure you have good contact through all of your fingers as you press down. Or as good a contact as you're going to get anyways. There you go. Keep those elbows in, close by your ribs. Continue with a nice, easy flow. If you need to lighten your load, if you started with the full push-up, it is okay to drop to your knees and continue that way. If you need to take a break, it is okay. But you also only have 5 seconds, so you might as well keep going for now. 3, 2, 1. Done with the push-ups. Last one is the renegade row. All right. Take your elevated surface for the renegade row. Take your weight. Get into position. Whether your chosen plank variety, whether that be pressed up from your hips, on your knees, or a full push-up, and then pull. There you go. Try to keep yourself as level as possible while you're pulling towards your hip. Pull that weight towards your hip. That makes a huge difference in what muscles get activated in your upper back. There we go. You should feel this between your shoulder blades and around your shoulder blades as you're pulling. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. All righty. And switching to the other side. Oop, don't let my timer turn off. And go. And pull. Keep that back flat. Pull towards your hip. You should feel this between your shoulder blades, in the low part of your shoulder blade. If you feel it there, you're doing it spot on. If you're not feeling it there, try to aim even closer to your hip as you're pulling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All righty. Take a rest break. That was round 2. All right. How y'all doing?
Good.
I hear exasperated breathing. That's great. All righty. So take a moment. We're going to collect your breath here, and then we're going to go into round 3. I'm feeling good about this. All righty. Start to get into position for your squat heel raise or your dip plus. All righty. And I'll meet you there. All right, and let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squat, and heel raise, squat, and heel raise. Go up onto your toes. Keep your chest up as best as you can with your squats. Make sure your spine is in a neutral position. For those of you doing dips, make sure you keep your chest puffed forward as best as you can. Try to avoid, whoops, watch me fall over. Try to avoid letting your shoulders collapse inwards and your elbows flaring out. Keep those elbows rolled in close towards your body as you press up. Keep that chest wide, and then keep it wide as you get that little extra press, that plus. As you continue with this movement, get that little pop at the top. That little pop is the engagement of your serratus and your lats together to move your shoulder blade down your rib cage. There you go. Keep it moving. Keep going. You got less than 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get in position for the drag through. All righty. Find your plank position. Take your weight and pull it across your body and pull side to side. Keep your back flat, keep your hips level, keep your shoulders level. Stay stable on your stance arm. Working that stability, working your core. Oh, my yoga mat's getting all torn up here. Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep moving. If you've chosen to use a backpack, this can also be really great for your grip strength. Working on grabbing cloth can be really challenging on your forearm muscles. There you go. Keep going. You guys are almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, done with the drag throughs. Move your weights to the side. Get in position for that prone military press. All right, lying on your stomach in prone. You are now going to have your arms by your side in a cactus arms position, and then lift your face and your arms off the floor and reach as far as you can overhead, and then bring them back down. Lifting up off the floor, reach, thumbs touch, elbows back by your side, and lower down. Lift up, reach as far as you can, touch, and back down. Keep it going. Focus on a smooth, controlled rhythm here. Feel this between your shoulder blades. All right, almost there. 10 seconds left. Keep moving. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Roll on over. Get back onto your push-up position. Ready? Begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All righty, let's go. Pushing up from the floor, elbows in. Keeping everything smooth and under control. If you have to downgrade or regress your push-up variation, that is totally fine. Continue to work on smooth, controlled motion. If you need to take a breather, that is fine as well. You can hang out for a little bit, maybe do a child's pose for a quick second, and then get back into it. There we go. Almost there. 15 seconds left. Almost, come on. Keep going. Remember, good form is what I want to see. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's position yourselves for that renegade row. Woo! All righty. Get in position. Press yourself up to balance, and then row towards your hip, staying as level as possible. There we go. Keep moving, keep breathing. Whichever plank variation is working for you, use that variation. Good. Almost there. We're going to switch in 10 seconds. Keep going. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All righty. Once you're in position, begin your renegade row. Pulling to your hip. Feel the squeeze in the lower part of your shoulder blade towards the middle of your spine. There you go. Keep it going. Whichever variation is still working for you, use that variation. Maintain a steady breath. Keep going. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All righty. That's the end of round 3. All right. All righty. So we got at least one more round. Are you ready? As ready as you'll ever be, right? Okay. So again, for this last round, if anything starts to get achy or just doesn't quite feel right, take a little breather, collect yourself, and then start again once you feel like you've gathered yourself. I want to see good form on this last set, all right? So let's get in position. One more round. Let's get ready for that squat and heel raise or that dip plus. All righty. Getting ready. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat, heel raise. Squat, heel raise. Now let's move. All right. Work on keeping that chest upright. Back is flat. For our seated athletes doing your dips, make sure that chest stays wide during this motion. Try to avoid letting your shoulders roll forward. Keep them wide. Elbows closer to the midline of your body. You want to promote that openness of your shoulder to allow as much space as possible for everything to be moving as you're working out here. Good. Maintain that steady rhythm. Easy breathing. Keep going. Oh boy. Keep going. You guys are doing great. Whatever variation you're doing. Squat heel raise, dip plus. For those dip pluses, when you're getting tired, it's easy to skip the plus. Get that little extra plus. Dipping up, plus. Get that little extra push at the top. Lock it out. Press yourself up an extra ½ inch. You guys are almost there. You got 10 seconds left. Keep going, keep moving, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Let's transition to the drag through. All righty. Pick your plank variation that you're going to be using. And ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Dragging across. Pulling through. Keep your hips level. Shoulders level. All right. There we go. Nice and steady, easy movement. Keep dragging, keep moving. Focus on your breathing. If you notice you're getting herky-jerky with your movements, either regress your plank variation or take a little breather. Collect yourself, and then continue on with your drag through. Keep pulling. Keep yourself level. Almost there. 10 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Move your stuff over to the side. We got one more round of those prone military presses. All right. Lying on your stomach. Face down, hands by your side, and then lift your arms up into a cactus arms position and press your arms overhead. Touch your thumbs, bring your elbows down, and then lower back down to the ground. And let's go. For reps here. Keep breathing. Slow and smooth. Under control. Really try to engage that squeeze between your shoulder blades as you're moving with this prone military press. Let's keep it moving. You guys are almost there. Keep going. 15 seconds. Let's go. 10 seconds. Home stretch. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Whee. Let's go into your push-up. And when you're ready, begin your push-up. Working easy movement. Well, maybe it's not easy at this point, but focus on your breath. Controlled movement is the better word I should have used. Work on controlled movement. Keep your shoulders wide at the bottom of the push-up. If you have to come down a notch, that's totally fine. If you have to take a breather and rest, that's totally fine. You can go into a child's pose to shake out your shoulders a little bit. And then resume. Keep it going. Keep moving. Keep pressing. Keep those elbows in. Don't let them flare out. 10 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Last thing is that renegade row. Everyone's most favorite exercise in the whole wide world, which is why we save it for last. All righty. Gather yourself into position. Stack yourself up onto a backpack or something elevated. Stay balanced. Grab your weight that you're going to move and pull towards your hip. Let's go. There you go. Nice, easy movement. Pulling towards your hip. You should feel a little squeeze between your shoulder blade and the back of your shoulder on your pulling arm. Your stance arm is probably just screaming at you from having to support your body weight through that arm. There you go. Keep going. Almost there. 10 seconds left of this side. Take your time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch sides. All righty. When you're ready, position yourself upright, balance on your stance arm, and pull up towards your hip. Whichever variation you're using, keep moving. Maintain good form. Steady breathing. Slow it down if you need. Take a little break if you need. But we are almost there, people. All righty. We have less than 20 seconds, 15 seconds left. Keep moving. Keep your press through your stance arm as you're pulling. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Woo. We successfully got 4 rounds in today. Not too shabby, you guys. That was 26.5 minutes of continuous work, nonstop.
We do,
What was that?
we do one.
Huh? Maybe you can do one more round afterwards. I'm not. Okay.
Thank you.
That was tough today.
All righty. Does anyone have any questions on what we've covered today in the workout?
Yeah, I think I know that, yeah, I was doing the prone military press probably wrong because I do feel it most of my core.
Uh-huh.
So that means that, yeah, I should have been feeling it more, and that's how I was doing something wrong.
Uh-huh. So we might need to tweak with it a little bit. You said you felt it in your core. You definitely will feel the pro military press in your core. You have to keep yourself up off the ground. It's just that now we need to kick in your upper back muscles a little bit better. All right.
Yeah, me too. I felt it in my lower back more than upper.
Same.
And I'm more top heavy because I don't have that other leg. So I feel like when I do it more slowly, I can put a pillow, I have a bolster pillow I can put on my lower back to kind of counterweight.
Yeah, that's actually the exact modification I give to patients who cannot do that exercise without feeling their low back. So having that little prop underneath your belly is going to allow you to not rely on those low back muscles to keep yourself off the ground.
I was even thinking to put it on top of my left side to hold it down.
Oh yeah, that can help.
Right now I'm on like a little air cushion. So that's why it's hard for me to kind of base, but I have to, otherwise it'll hurt. But yeah, I feel like I'll get it, but it was hard to feel it today.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep practicing it. I do recycle a lot of my exercises. I don't do the exact same workout, but I switch up the orders. I slowly start to introduce new variations. And so you'll see the pro military press again. It's one of my favorites. All right, very good. Anything else? Any last parting words? All right, well, you guys did great today.
Thank you.
Keep showing up. The more people we get involved with this, the more fun it's going to be. And yeah, we're just going to keep everyone fit as best as we can. Get ready for climbing season once we get done with this whole shelter in place, so we can go do some comps. All right. Well, you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.